Not sure how well the lighting's going to come out on this, but anyway, this is my deck for Magic that I've been playing with lately. I had a bunch of people ask me what's in it because I actually haven't lost a game yet with this. So I thought I would show. It's a little bit different than most people's Valakut decks. I've modified it just a hair for my playing style. Number one, key thing, 4 Primeval Titans. Use them when they come into play. Let you grab 2 lands. It says any land, so you can also use them to get the Valakuts. They also can be used to bring out mountains later on to trigger its effect, or fetch lands, or fetch lands to trigger that effect as well. It makes it a really nasty combo. Avenger of Zendikar, they're basically my plan B. Use them to get out tons of tokens. They boost up the tokens every time a land falls, so I have a second option. Oracle of Moldias, I use 2 of those. They're basically to play the extra land a turn, and they let you play with the top card of your library flipped. If it's a land, you can play it. So again, another way to mana excel. You have 4 copies of the Kalnai Expedition. Use them obviously to get out lands quickly, get mountains onto the field. Growth Spasm, same thing. I use these in place of where most people use Harrow, and the reason is because if this is countered, it's no big loss. If Harrow is countered, you still have to sacrifice the land. So, and this also gives you the 0/1 chump blocker that you can use. It can also be the spawns that it makes can also be sacked for mana, which is nice. Got 4 Explorers. They let you play an additional land. Always nice. Cultivate, which lets you put out an additional land and put 1 in your hand. Nice if you're running short, you don't have 1 in your hand. Still manage to get 2 lands out in 1 turn with that. Summoning Traps. These can be hard cast for the cost, or more likely when you're trying to get out one of the Primeval Titans or the Avenger of Zendikar and they're countered. That's when you play this. Let you basically you mill a couple cards. If there's a creature in there, you throw it out on the table with no casting costs. Very nice. And if you play it as a counter to or after one of your spells have been countered, you get to play it for free. Lightning Bolts. They're in there basically for a quick relief of threats. If something comes up, I don't have a creature out at the moment to deal with it, they usually tend to take care of the problem. Lands. There's 4 forests, and the reason there's only 4 is because there's plenty of ways to fetch them with the 4 Terramorphic Expanses and 4 Evolving Wilds. So basically, if I really need a forest for something, I can use one of these to fetch it. Chances are I will get one of these 12 cards. Of course, 4 Valakuts, which is the base of the entire deck. And then 11 mountains. And that's pretty much it. I have a side deck, but I barely ever use it, and it's still being worked on. It contains, off the top of my head, there's 3 or 4 Gaia's Revenge in there, a couple Pyroclasms, Thought Hemorrhage, Obstinate Bailiffs, and of course some Swamps to cycle in so that I can actually use the Thought Hemorrhages. Though I think some of those cards are being cycled out soon, so I'm probably going to redo that whole side deck soon. But anyway, that gives you an idea of what I've been using, and it's worked great so far for me.